Hello. I've done something horrible this summer. I wrote a script. Okay, full disclosure, I have been working on this script for about a year, and I finished it back in June. In fact, it says this is a specific date in the script, but that we're getting ahead. It's been held on the back burner for the last 3 months and change because of the Writers Guild of America strike. I didn't want to release it, both out of solidarity and also because I did not want to be a dirty fucking scab. So I just put it on the back burner and waited until the writer's strike was over, which the writer's strike is over. Good job, people of the writer. Good job, writers. Fair deal for writers and future WGA members like me. Let's hope the actors and the auto workers and everybody who's striking right now gets what they deserve. I don't want to say any communist things because that might lead to some tankies going on my channel, and I do not want them on my channel.
Fuck tankies.
But anyway, here is my script, the script that I finished last June. And as you can see, it is based off of Banjo Kazooie, the popular rare game from the 90s. I am not going to get into the story of how I came up with this and why I came up with this until after we read it, because I feel like it's better if we just go in blind. So let's do it. Faded. Interior, Kazooie's room, night. A date appears on screen. June 29th, 2023. That was the exact date that I finished this. And it's also a very significant date because that is the 25th anniversary of the first release of the first Banjo Kazooie game. A record of Måneskin plays loudly through an amp. I know the specific song, but I don't know the actual title because it's in Italian, so editor me is gonna put the title of the song right there. Yeah. A record of Måneskin plays loudly through an amp as we see Kazooie put on lipstick. We cut to a few seconds later where she is seen drinking from a bottle of Jack. Keep listening. Interior, living room, night. Banjo, wearing a Seattle Mariners jersey, because they're associated with Nintendo, is nervously pacing the room. A blue backpack with a golden puzzle piece, Jiggy, whatever, is seen on the floor in the background. The muffled Måneskin record blasts through the wall. Suddenly, Kazooie clumsily opens the door, wearing nothing but a loose, see-through shirt, mini shorts, and 2 X's in masking tape covering her nipples. Keep reading. Hey you ready for the club again? Kazooie finishes her bottle of Jack and breaks the bottle on the ground. Banjo sighs. Really wish you'd stop doing that. You're one to talk. Yeah, well, at least I don't pre-drink. Kazooie slurred. Hey, you don't need a license to drive, Mr. I Can't Drive for 3 years. Hey, look at me. I was in a video game and I just downed a 6-pack. Out of the way, stop signs. An annoyed Banjo glares at her, narrowing his eyes in disgust that she even brought that up. Let's just get this night over with. Exterior, city sidewalk, night. The city is actually supposed to be St. Louis, for all intents and purposes, because my dad's from St. Louis, and also I went there a lot. Anyway, Banjo walks down the street in a depressed fashion, while Kazooie hobbles and tries to jump and swing from the lamps, all while singing in butchered and slurred off-key Italian. A group of teenagers spot Banjo and scream at him to do his trademark chuckle while filming him. Eventually, he does his chuckle just to get rid of them, as the teens cheer wildly and then run off. Interior, Pepper Club Viva Night. Pepper Club Viva is actually a combination of 2 clubs in St. Louis that I just searched on Google one night while writing the script. House and big beat music blares throughout the club. The dance floor is filled with strobe lights. The LEDs on the floor are bright and colorful. Kazooie grinds with some of the other dancers on the floor. In another quieter part of the club, Banjo finishes his drink as Toots, remember that name, a female bartender bear, takes the glass from him. I'm picturing Toots looking like this in my head. And that is enough partisan for you tonight. What? Oh, come on. That was only my 5th drink. I'm not even buzzed. Well, you threw up in my car for, what is it, the 3rd time this month? Banjo groans as he puts his paw to his face. Besides, I need to talk to you about your habits. You're not gonna crucify me like those people down at the local area, right? What? You know, the place run by the people who scream, "Die in the name of Jesus!" at everyone. What are you... No, I'm just saying, your life is a complete mess. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. Okay, well, do you know Bottles? Banjo looks at her with a blank expression. Mumbo Jumbo? The Jinjos? Mr. Fit? Banjo shakes his head. Gruntilda? Tootie? Tootie? Your sister. I think I know that name. Toot's face lights up, hoping he knows something about his old friends and family. No, I never had a sister. Toots, who is actually Banjo's little sister Tootie, who ran away from home years ago, stares at Banjo with a tense smile. Really? The tension is broken up by a moose breaking some glasses with their antlers. Toots walks towards the moose. She avoids the antlers when possible. Hey, I told you a million times, once those antlers come off, you can sit over here. Now go, get out of here. The moose walks off as Toots walks back to Banjo, who has placed his head on the table. Well, I'm sure selling Spiral Mountain to that rich, nerdy-looking guy back in '02 is not on your list of regrets at all? Yeah, I think that broke Kazooie. How is she? A pain? Oh, be nice. Well, it's true. Yeah, I consider her a friend, but I mostly just put up with her and her antics. Oh, she's just participating in the booze, sex, and clubbing lifestyle. Fuck me. Oh, she's just participating in the booze, sex, and clubbing lifestyle. Oh, don't tell me you're a Puritan. Trust me, I have nothing against sex, but the way she jumps into it scares me. I mean, I saw her straight up die 3 times. Come on. It's the truth. Twice with the window, once with a wetsuit, and I do not want to get into any amount of detail the process of reviving her. Ugh, sounds rough. She drives me to drink. Sure about that? Yeah, I drink just to put up with her. I don't mean to get into personal questions, but when was the last time you dated someone? Banjo angrily stands up and leans on the bar table. Do not go there. Hey, do you want to be called Broken Banjo the Drunk for the rest of your life? No. Do you want to talk about your relationship? No. Well, pick one, Mr. I wish it was 98 again. Banjo sighs and sits back down on the table. Alright, yeah. But that must have been 2-3 years ago? 13. Seriously, how did you figure that one out? You think the people behind this desk don't talk to each other? And that's why I don't want to talk about it. Toots delivers a frustrated sigh. She then cups Banjo's paws and puts her paws into them. Alright, Mr. the Bear. I've known you for more than 7 years now, and I've tried everything. Interventions, AA counseling, stealing your bottle openers. Wait, what? And you just keep drinking yourself into a deeper and deeper pit. Toots looks around and produces a shot glass and a purple bottle with a mummified snake inside. Look, I'm not allowed to do this, but you need all the help you can get. And frankly, if this doesn't help you, then you're a lost cause. She pours the purple liquid into the glass. What even is that? It's something the owner smuggled from a trip to Thailand. It's only for those who are truly desperate for change. Toots gives Banjo the glass. Okay, but what does it do? Toots shrugs. I don't know. You're the first person I know to try it. Helpful. Banjo looks down at the glass, takes a deep breath, and downs the liquid. He cringes. That's one of the strongest things. Banjo slurs the rest of the sentence as the drink starts to affect him. His body weakens as he rests his head on the bar table. His eyes begin to turn a dark purple as we zoom into one of his eyes. The screen goes black. Oh yeah. Keep reading. Fade out. Fade in. Exterior. Grassy valley surrounded by mountains. Oh, god damn it! Typo. I redid the script once, and I noticed a type. Damn you, Gaiman! Dreaming how I love is no. That's gonna annoy me. I'm gonna have to redo it again. Grassy valley surrounded by mountains. Overcast day. Banjo wakes up in the middle of a grassland wearing the exact same attire that he wore back in the old Banjo Kazooie games, except for his backpack, which is missing. His vision clears, and after a second, he realizes that he's back on Spiral Mountain. He jumps up and cheers in excitement, using his old grunts and exclamations from the old games. He runs towards the mountain, which takes longer than it appears. When Banjo gets to Spiral Mountain, he tries to jump and grab onto the spiral edge, but it is just too high. After a couple of attempts, he realizes that he can just use the slope running throughout the sides of the mountain. Banjo runs towards the beginning of the slope, but that part of the mountain recedes further and further away. Banjo stops and pants. He looks around the area and spots his house. When he gets there, he realizes the door to the house is too big for him to move. He tries jumping at the doorknob, but just succeeds in falling on his face. I realize this is more of a visual script, which is probably not conducive to me reading it out like this, so you're just gonna have to imagine it. I'm sorry, but at the same time I'm not, because I'm too lazy. After grumbling for a few seconds, his face lights up and he has an idea. Kazooie? Banjo's voice echoes as the wind blows. Kazooie? His voice echoes again. Nothing answering except the wind. Kazooie! One more time. He only hears his echo amongst the wind. Banjo realizes that he's the only one in Spiral Mountain. He sits down on the ground, sighs, and rests his head and arms on his legs. A beat passes. A low rumble is heard. Banjo notices it getting louder. He looks around and sees the ground crackling and coming apart in the distance. He quickly gets up and runs away from the cracks. Banjo runs into the empty field he woke up from, trying desperately to get away from the cracks. However, he runs into another set of cracks going the exact opposite way. As he runs away from those, he runs into another set of cracks and realizes that he can't escape from them. The cracks form a circle around him to stand in. Relieved, Banjo takes a moment to catch his breath. Just then, the earth starts to shake. Banjo falls on his back and watches in horror as Gruntilda rises from the horizon. Gruntilda's shadow looms over the land and Banjo, covering the whole area in a deep purple hue. A text box appears over Gruntilda as she looms over Banjo. Her speech is mumbled as her dialogue appears in the text box above, along with a headshot of her speaking. See, it's kind of like the old games. Yeah, whatever. I don't know how I'm gonna do it with in the style of the games. I'll do my best. Gruntilda then takes out her broomstick, an anthropomorphic broomstick with eyes and arms. She lowers her broomstick as the broomstick takes out another stick. The broomstick uses that stick to crush Spiral Mountain, causing an enormous tsunami of dirt. Banjo screams as he sees his old home get destroyed. He then realizes that the ground is being ripped apart by the tsunami. He tries to run away from the large clouds of dirt falling from the sky, but the tsunami is just too fast for him to run away from, and he gets caught up in it. The ground breaks up into nothingness, and the entire screen is filled to black with the dirt. Exterior, a dark purgatory. Exterior, a dark purgatory. Eternal night. Banjo wakes up to see himself floating in a black, empty void. He tries to scream for help and swim away, but all he does is swim in place. After giving up, he sees large photos float down towards him. The photos Banjo sees are of his past. They tell the story of how Banjo became an alcoholic and how he lost all his friends. As Louis Long's Hello World or Salvador Sobral's Amar Pelo Doy plays throughout. Damn you! The story starts with a photo of Banjo meeting an unseen partner at E3 2000, with many characters from the Banjo Kazooie games looking on. The story continues with Banjo and the partner hanging out with Mumbo Jumbo and a teenage Duty. Banjo and the partner going out on a date, Banjo serenading her on a gondola in Venice, having fun with Banjo and Zooey in fat suits during nuts and bolts, eventually culminating in a proposal. As the story continues through photos, less and less characters are seen hanging out with Banjo. Meanwhile, Banjo is seeming to have relationship troubles. The engagement has been called off. Banjo is focusing on trying to win his soon-to-be ex-partner back, to the detriment of his relationships with his friends, even ignoring Toots delivering the news that she got accepted into Oxford University to study psychology. Should change that. Eventually, when the pictures show the moment Banjo's romantic relationship finally ends, Kazooie is the only character left to even have a passive relationship with him. Banjo notices this and puts his paw on the photo. Kazooie. The story finally ends with the photo showing Banjo becoming his current alcoholic self, and Kazooie becoming her current wild, reckless, party-loving self. As the song ends and the photos float down, Banjo starts to cry. Fade. Interior Pepper Club Viva night. Only a few minutes have passed at the bar as Banjo comes back from the effects of the purple mixture. He continues to cry as he did in the void. My one constant. Hey, Mr. 98! Toots walks up to Banjo and holds his big paws again. As she looks him in the eyes, she sighs and smiles. Are you finally ready for that much-needed swap in your life? Banjo slowly starts to smile as he takes his paws away from Toots and begins to walk away from the table, although he pauses to ask about something. Don't worry, I'll reset your tab. Banjo smiles again and runs towards Kazooie on the dance floor. Kazooie grinds and moshes with the other dancers as the music transitions from the French house-inspired track to a truncated version of Daffy Freier's Hooligan. Yes, it's pronounced Daffy. That is called an F, and it represents I think a voiced th sound, and it's used in Icelandic, and it's really cool, and I like it, and it should be used more, and I'm rant over. Kazooie becomes surprised, yet delighted, as she gets swung around by Banjo as they dance an intricate two-person dance that combines tango, salsa, and moshing. A small crowd gathered to watch and cheer on the dance. Exterior, the roof of Peppercorn Viva at night. As the bird and bear duo dance, Toots walks up to the ceiling of the club, opens a locker, and takes out a piccolo. She then starts to play along with a song playing in the club. Interior, Peppercorn Viva night. As the song ends, Banjo is holding Kazooie close to the ground. As they both look into each other's eyes happily, the crowd cheers. So you finally came around, huh? Fade. Interior, Pepperclub Viva night. Banjo worriedly sits on top of a bar stool, being held up by the dancers while Kazooie is holding onto Banjo's back. The chair wobbles as the dancers try and hold Banjo up. This happens to a remix of Vlatko Irleveski's song Ruzlinka. My apologies if I mispronounced any of that. I never thought you'd be up here, man. Well, I realized you're all I got, you crazy bird. But your Banjo, though. Didn't you set that on fire and throw it at a cop a few years ago? Yeah, I know. That was the best night in jail ever. The stool starts to wobble uncontrollably. Hey, is this safe? No, that's why we laugh! Banjo and Kazooie scream as the stool and them fall to the ground. A smartphone camera captures a still of Banjo looking at the ground and panicking while Kazooie rides him like a cowboy riding a bucking bronco. The picture fades out as they both start to laugh off the pain. Oh, I missed you, Kazooie. Fade out. Alright. That was fun, wasn't it? Okay, so let me tell you why I wrote this, interesting? Yeah, I'm gonna go with interesting. This interesting story. I was basically inspired by two main things, which is Brental Floss's DK rap and Banjo and Kazooie porn. Yeah, I am being completely honest. This was partially inspired by porn. And I don't give a damn one bit. So the porn is specifically from one guy, commissioned or drawn by one guy with an overarching story for the Breagle. I don't want to give away his name, so, especially since he doesn't know it. So I'm just gonna say he's prolific and leave it at that. Also, doesn't help that I never talked to the guy. And the DK rap, Brental Floss, I was inspired by that because it's funny to me seeing, you know, like Donkey Kong is a trophy hunter and like Chunky Kong's dead. Diddy Kong's a fucking MRA guy, an incel. I was trying to think of the name. It's just funny to me, you know.
He's angry, horny, torpedoes, wild.
But nobody will date him because he looks like a child. I love that video. It's also inspired by, I will forget the name, I think his name's Tyler. It's also inspired by A Very Girl Boss Christmas, written by Tyler Bevan, which is sort of a collection of Jack's films and jokes. It's surreal, and you should... I have the link to the script in the description. It's hilarious, and it's also partially inspired Broken Banjo, which is the actual name of it. Broken Banjo, get it? And this has been an inside joke between me and some of my friends for over a year now. It's been sort of a passion project for me Sort of a troll project, and also kind of great practice for me because I am wanting to get into the WGA and am wanting to get into Hollywood. Well, not really Hollywood, but like, you know, break into the industry and do my own thing with TV and film and all that, mainly as a writer. So, yeah, I gotta get my practice somehow, and you know, if I took this more seriously, this would be a good spec script. But you know, and I might ship it off to Rare for a lark, but I'm not expecting any response from them. In fact, I might actually expect them to hire a hitman. And if they're watching this video, I apologize. Please do not kill me. But anyway, there's... I forgot what I was about to say, damn it. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, I've been wanting to break into the industry for a while. I want to be a writer. And, damn it. I had something to say and I did it. Oh, God. I hate it when that happens. Damn it. Oh, this is wasting battery. No, I don't want to waste battery. No, I gotta charge my camera and fucking... I remember during the montage. Because this is practice for me, I didn't want it to be like, you know, absolutely garbage. I still wanted it to be presentable. So, you know, I wrote decent dialogue for it. I put in some effort making decent dialogue. Put in an effort for descriptions. Threw in a couple in-jokes from my friend group, and threw in a couple references to Rare. Threw in a couple references to the Seattle Mariners, as you can see, because of their connection to Nintendo. So yeah, I did put some effort in, but like, it was kind of all for naught, because this is a shitpost. This is just a script shitpost, and yeah, it's good practice, but like, I don't expect anyone to really take this seriously, and it shouldn't take it seriously. It's just something fun I did. Like, yeah, I could like go ahead and say, oh, this is worthy of an Emmy award, and be all sarcastic and do the whole Morbius thing, but I'm not going to, because I don't usually do that kind of stuff. I don't expect it to win any awards. It's what I'm saying. But yeah, I think it's decent. Put some effort in. And I am repeating myself because I don't know what else to say. Anyway, I want to thank my friend group, the 99ers, for helping me out with this script, especially Stomps. You helped a lot with this script, suggesting ideas for it. You're awesome. I love you, man. Do the whole YouTube thing if you want to. You know, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to make you do that because I'm not, you know, if you liked the video, then you probably already liked it. If you probably already subscribed if you want to see more of me. Hope your day's going well. Hope you're doing great out there. And all I want to say is thank you so much for watching. I'm Rusty Ralston, and I am done. Hey there, if you're interested, I have a Patreon where you can support this hobby of mine. You get your name in the credits. You get your name shouted out by me and possibly mispronounced by me. And only for $1 you can get an extra video a month. And this month's video, you get to see me shave, because who knew, with someone with a feminine face like I do, who knew I don't look good with a beard? So, yeah, it's up there right now. It's on my Patreon. If you're interested. If you're not interested, then that's fine. It's not a requirement. It's patreon.com/imrustyokay. And, yeah, thank you kindly.